Hello my friends, how are you doing? Today I have something really amazing for you. In this video I'm going to show you how I added a night shot, and on my second channel you can watch me do a photo night battle against Scott Wade Wilson where we shoot on different locations in Vienna and you get to decide who took the best photos with the numbers next to the picture, so please check that out. My name is Olivio, I'm a professional designer, and I want to thank all of my patrons who support me and make these videos possible. Thank you for that. Let's get started. So this is our picture. I have taken this with my smartphone, so it's not the greatest picture, but I will show you how to turn this into an amazing picture. So the first thing I want to do is to change the color setup here. So for this, let's go over here to the right side where it says adjustments, click on that and create a selective color adjustment. And with that, we have here green and this kind of pink color that I had made with the light that I had in my hand. So we will go to the green channel and we will play around with the faders here because I want to make this color blue. You can see this is already pretty easy. And just moving up the cyan, moving up the magenta, moving down the yellow. Let's see about the black value. We can push this down also a little bit. Then we want to go, you see here we have some yellow stuff now. So we want to play around with that too to get rid of that. Let's turn the yellow down, bring the magenta up and the blue. So that looks already better. Let's go to the cyan channel, push up the blue a little bit. Let's see, this is a nice blue that I want to have. And we can also go to the blue channel, play around here again. This is based on how you want to edit your photo. So play around with the settings. Next, I go to the neutrals, and this is giving me a good effect. You can see here, I can set up very nicely what I want to have here. And you can see if I push this magenta up, it gives me a little bit of violet values also, which is very nice. And also if I push down the yellow, you can see there's some yellow down here from the street lights. I want to remove that. So now you can see, oh, very nice, this kind of neon light effect. Already this looks pretty awesome. Now comes a trick I want to show you that is pretty amazing. So this is a smartphone. It doesn't have like a prime lens, but you can make it look like a prime lens. I will show you how. This is what you're doing. You select the main character with your selection brush. Let's do a selection here. Okay, this is not working 100%. This is better up here. Right, okay, we're getting into these details here. Very nice. Down here also. Okay, let's see. Down here we have some more, of course, but this is basically it. Yes, okay, there we have to remove something. Although I think I will crop this part later on. We have to clean it up here a little bit. There we go. And you will understand in a second why I do this selection. You will be blown away by this because it's a really good effect. It's super easy and it's super effective. Okay, that didn't work. Let's go back here. All right, that's nice. Let's click on Refine and make some selections up here to refine our hair. That's pretty important. Okay, that is good, like so. All right, I don't think we need any of the other details to be refined. That should be nice. Let's switch over this here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's apply. Good, so now we have a mask. And you want to now click over here on mask layer, like that. So this is masking it out. You can now Control D to deselect, check your selection. That didn't work so good. So we want to go into the mask and take our brush, make it a bit smaller, of course. So it's adjusted. Hardness, let's set it like that. Opacity 100%, color black. And now I can go in here, refine this a little bit, just so it looks nice, right? Just so we have a nice little effect. You have to be preciser if you want to print it in large size. If you only want to post it on social media, don't have to be that precise because the image is going to be super small anyways. But, well, maybe you want to use it in a later, bigger format. So you want to do a better job on that. All right. We have some good stuff here. That selection looks pretty okay. Very nice. I'm happy. There is some details that are not so nice, but we don't want to worry about them now. Okay, so now here is the super trick. You want to pull the mask out so it's not on the layer and then hide it. And then you go to your background layer and right click and duplicate like this. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is to click on Liquify and go in here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Our brush here is the brush size. And what you want to do is to push all of these elements here in on the side. Be a bit careful that you don't disturb the backgrounds too much, maybe. So this is okay. Push this in there. So like that, because the background is going to be blurred in a second. Of course, this looks very deformed, so don't look at that too much. But this will be hidden in a second. You will be amazed on how interesting this effect works. There we go. Okay, so we have done this. I think that's okay. Let's click on apply. Boom, there we have it. Okay, so why did I do that? If we turn on the mask, you can see that I created a distance that gives us some more background in these areas, and we will need that if we blur our picture. So the next step is going to be that we put the mangled version into the background, and then we put the mask that we have created onto the okay version of our picture like this. So as you can see now, the good version, the fine version, is on its own layer. And now I can click on this mangled version in the background and I click on Live Layer, Lens Blur. And now if I create a blur, you can see I can blur the background. Be sure to click Preserve Alpha. I can blur the background and I can create some nice bokeh effect. So I'm really free with that. And the foreground, our main character, is still staying sharp and there is no blooming at the edges. There is no skin color, no shine coming off of that main character. So this is why we need the mask, and this is why we need to push in the background with our Liquify effect. All right, so you can see now this looks pretty professional. This could be have taken by a prime lens, of course, minus the blurriness and the pixelation of my camera. So don't worry too much about that. Okay, next thing, what I want to do is to crop this. I set up my custom ratio 9:16. So that's actually good. Let's crop it like this. We can zoom in a little bit, and now we can do some extra magic if we want to. Let's see, what do we want to do here? So as you know, I've created my analog effects pack. So let's use that a little bit. I'm using that so much because it's so useful. I'm sorry, I just have to say that. You can use whatever you want, but I have created this pack and it's pretty cool. So we have an analog this color here. This is on text again. Let's use this one down here, which is one of my favorites. I want to push this over everything. Like so, as you can see here, nice effect. I want to set this to soft light and maybe reduce this a little bit, like so maybe. This gives a nice extra touch, a nice extra neon kind of effect. Maybe reduce it to 50%. That is already pretty nice. And another thing I want to add here is a little bit of vignette and a little bit of vignette blur. So we can do both things here. First of all, what I'm going to do is to again go place and then go here to my vignettes, select that. Which one do I want to take here? I think I want to take the first one. I want to set this like so and then hold shift and just move this over so it has the right size. And then just pull it to multiply. And you can see now we have this nice border here. We have a little bit of vignette over our picture, which gives also a center focus. And then the last step I want to do here is to give a little bit of blur, but of course just down here. So we are a little bit more focused in that area. So for that, I'm going to duplicate my mask, push this up here, and then I'm going to create a live filter for depth of field. Like so. This is of course now on the wrong layer. So this is on the mask. It's the wrong way around. So I want to pull the mask onto this like so. Let's click here. Make this a little bit wider. Also here on the sides maybe. Bring the face as the focus. And then push this out, push this in a little bit, rotate it so it follows the face. Now you can set the radius. I just want to have it a little bit, maybe like so. Just a tiny touch down here. It's not even that visible. I just feel like a little bit of blurriness down here adds to the sharpness of the face. So that seems to be a very nice effect. So we have taken a kind of mediocre looking smartphone photo to something that looks really hot and has some cool effects, has this kind of prime touch with the blurred background, a little bit of analog vignette in there. So, really good. Well, that's it for today. Check out the video on the second channel. Vote which picture you think is the best one. I'm looking forward to the results and see you in my next video. Bye.